We got everything on. Hey, can we get a quick little intro from my boy to my left with that?
Sorry, we gotta cut that out.
Can we get that band hyped up real quick?
Hey, here we go now.
Hey,
Here we go.
the band.
Hey, you know the live band is still here.
Studio band.
Always here.
Always
Give it
here.
up, live crowd. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So good at clapping.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bice in the Back. You know where it's at. Always riding shoddy when you're riding with Randy.
Yes, sir.
Randy,
Hey.
what it do? How you doing? It's been a schminute.
I mean,
we're back in it.
We haven't missed a week, but it has been a minute.
We
That's
haven't missed a
fact.
week. That's a fact.
That's a fact. We don't miss every Wednesday. Tune in. You
Tune
know how
in.
we do. I think it's good that we've been hopping on a schedule, though. I feel like it's so important to be.
Give the people something to look forward to. You know?
Yeah, I think it's
once
just
a week.
It's just good to be consistent. Keeps people coming. Knows that we're reliable. Knows that we'll always be there. New shit, new content. I think that.
Something to look forward to.
The algorithm-
Get them
Yep.
through their day, hump day.
Yeah, we're just trying to favor the algorithm, and I hear the algorithm likes when you're consistent.
Hey,
That's what I hear.
Absolutely.
No,
Have you
not
heard
the
different?
algorithm. The audience likes when you're consistent.
You're right.
You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
The
You can always
algorithm
replace
loves
that
it.
word.
No, you're facts.
It's more important. We love you guys. Algorithm, schmalgorithm, but you know, it's for the people. It's for the Bice, you know.
But yeah, the people have been wanting more AD on the pod.
Queen E, give it up. Queen.
Can we?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Thank you, live
Technical
crowd.
difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know what live crowd is doing, but
Who are
They're
the
sleeping.
people?
The people.
everyone.
The Bice.
You just heard them all clap.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah,
Randy,
Queen
we
E.
kind of matched today. Ty didn't get the maroon.
The deep
Look at that.
cherry.
Memo.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't.
this
But the chair, we got the chairs.
Okay.
It was a beautiful day out today. Hey, we're finally in early summer. Looking forward. This is the season.
It's
I look
called
forward
Also
to.
known as spring, right?
Yeah.
We're in early summer,
Yo.
guys.
Hey,
I
don't
mean,
you
I'll
like
take
that?
it. Like all the
No,
summer,
it was
all
so
the summer
nice
we
out
can
today.
get, we'll take. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Absolutely. It was like 75 and sunny all day today, all day yesterday.
It's supposed to be the same tomorrow and Friday.
Dude, I can't wait for it to
Same
be back in the
job.
80s, getting some sun. I feel like I feel like people neglect how important the sunlight is.
The sunlight gives you energy, literally.
It's
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you look
Charges you up.
you look at people who live like where the sun hits the earth the most, like near the equator. They're all high energy people. People who live in gloomy like London or like New England.
just miserable.
You can
Miserable fucks.
Miserable
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, like slow, like not as much energy.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
not as
I'd agree.
pleasant.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd agree. Yeah, I feel like I'm making it a priority this year.
So get
Get
the
some
sun,
sunlight.
get some energy.
Get some
when we came,
sunlight.
yeah. So we're in New England.
That's all.
Vitamin D.
Shout to New England, but like it is rough. It is rough out here during the winters. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's cold and
it is
sad.
nice.
Cloudy, dreary.
The-
Or-
I do like the
It's
change
nice
of
that we have
season.
seasons. Yes.
Yeah, it keeps you kind of.
That being said, I love winter.
Yeah. No, like
Shout out
other than
Winter Olympics.
Hey, shouts.
So true.
But like other than like obviously we keep time, we keep clocks. If we had none of that, the only way we would tell time is through season changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
I mean-
how the cycles were.
Or the
That's a-
sun.
Right. Just like when the sun rises. But like other than that, like a passage
know what
of
you
time
mean.
is
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
season.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? That's
For
usually
sure.
obviously the day to day is
Definitely.
whatever. That's monotonous. But I think that's so cool to me. That's how we used just like to track time.
Yeah, I mean, and now, like modern day, switch that around. People are doing tracking seasons like with like sports seasons that they follow. Oh yeah, that's like those '08 Celtics. Like, what a year! What a thrill!
No, that's facts. That's a good point. I didn't even think of it like that.
Wow.
But yeah, we just track time through the.
So true.
What about the '23 Celtics though?
They're about to be the 08
Starting the
Celtics.
yeah, they better be the '08 Celtics.
Yeah, so they made it to the ship last year against Golden State. Yeah.
Yeah, Golden State
Lost to Chef Curry.
lost to Chef. He got his fourth ring,
Damn.
but
He's
Yes.
a GOAT. He's a GOAT. Hundo P.
yeah, he's a go. You can't argue that.
Do you think people
Like,
hate on Steph? I feel like he gets a lot of love.
Yeah,
Also
I
gets a
mean,
lot of
everyone's gonna get hate. especially if you're in that position. But I think
if you're like a semi-controversial character, right? He's not even that controversial, I'd say.
You don't even have
the
to be
love
controversial.
outweighs
People
the hate,
just
I
aren't gonna
think,
like
for
you.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna hate on the success.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I
Always,
mean?
Always.
Shout out the Shan Pod.
Hey, if you know, you know. If you watch the channel, the Bice have been plotting. All right.
Big plotting.
The Bice were low key kind of like the Starks in Game of Thrones, where they fall down, they get fucking kicked. Little time, but they kicked again.
Yeah.
Kick them, fucking kick them and kick them and kick them. They'll leave them alone.
Damn.
But then, hey, the North remembers, and the
So
Starks come back.
What's
Wait,
the point
you
here?
guys
What are
are
we trying to
them?
say?
The point
You
here is
guys
that
are them?
we are the Starks, where we were beaten down, and then we came back, and now we're back better than ever. The North remembered. The Bice
All right.
remembered.
But who beat
We'll
you
rock with that.
down?
The man, I don't know.
Stick it to the
Someone
man.
stick
Okay,
it to the
okay.
man.
Stick it to
In
the
the
man.
face,
Stick
in
it
the
to the
face of
man.
adversity, the Bice prevailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Give it up for the Bice, huh?
Shout out Bice.
So good.
Oh, we never left.
I
We never
think-
left.
think
We
we're
never
good.
left. We never left.
If you're listening to this, then
Everything's
we're good.
fine.
The people won't know.
Right.
People won't know. They'll never know. They don't know. All right.
So what were you
But-
saying? You were broken down at the bottom.
Yeah, we were just.
Started from the bottom that we hit.
Here's how it goes. Like this is.
That
from
you
the
guys,
bottom
that
that
was a
we
Rod
hit.
Wave bar, and both of you missed it.
Say it again.
Broken down at the bottom.
Hard to believe in me.
I'm gonna give up if you give up so easily.
Right, and it went right past you. Like,
That's damn. Hey,
leave it.
you're on a different wavelength. That's a fact.
Mm.
You were the only one to see Rod in live.
That's true. You're so
Yes.
right. And
Shout
Ty,
out. Give it up.
And yo, yeah, it's
Yes,
Ty
we
doesn't
know,
like
I
to
flopped.
acknowledge
I
that, but
flopped.
no,
I mean,
he
tell the
likes to
story,
say
tell the
that.
story.
Tell the
Okay,
story.
okay. So for my 21st birthday,
Shouts.
my birthday is October 13th. Rod Wave came to Boston October 9th of that
Mhm.
year of 2021. So I bought tickets over the summer, 2 tickets for me and Ty. I asked Ty if he wanted to go because Ty's the one who put me on. So I was like,
Shout out.
I'm gonna
Shout
get
out.
these
Shouts.
Rod tickets right now, you know, like for my birthday, whatever. Are you in? And he was like, yes.
Mm.
So then the time comes and when stupid ass football. Exactly. He's too scared about going out, getting COVID, missing football. When he had been out multiple times with his shoddy
Shout
up
out,
until
shout
this
out.
point.
Hey, that's shoddy what it did.
and he missed the Rod Wave birthday experience. When he knows I bought that ticket for me and him.
I fumbled the bag, and I'll be the
That's
first to admit it.
fine, but that's fine.
Rod,
that
if
is
you're
an L. That
if
is
you're
an
coming
L.
back to Boston, let us know.
And we should have
Come on
gone
the
this
pod.
past
Hop on the
time.
pod.
Let's talk
We should have
about
went this
it.
past time. Next time he comes through, he was at DCU Center this time. Next time he comes through, he's gonna be at the Garden. So we're gonna get Garden tickets
True.
on the floor. It's gonna be
No, I
lit.
thought he was at the Garden this time around.
DCU Center.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you
Still a
sure?
big venue.
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely.
I
He was
mean,
at-
wherever he is, next time he's here, we have to get tickets.
We do.
My,
I need
my
to go
words.
see him too. Is he still doing his Beautiful Mind tour?
I don't think so.
That's what it was when
No,
he
it
was here
wasn't.
last.
No,
That was his
Beautiful Mind,
Soulfly
yeah.
tour.
That was not. Yeah.
In the DCU Center,
No, oh yeah, at the DCU Center.
the new one, yes, the Beautiful Mind. It was
Yeah,
not that long ago. November.
yeah. I don't
something.
think it's going on still.
But regardless,
Regardless,
He'll be back.
Regardless,
He'll be
Ty's a
back.
big dum dum,
and I'll relieve.
and you're paying for my ticket next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Rod
And
dropped it.
you all heard it here first.
It's on the pod.
Bless
It's on
you.
pod. Bless you. God bless.
Bless you.
Rod actually dropped a new song recently.
Yes.
Fight
Did
the
you
feeling.
listen? Fight the feeling. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
great song.
Love it.
I mean,
That was vintage Rod.
it was alright. It was alright. It was good.
It's classic Rod. As I
What-
always say,
what-
it's
how does it go?
quintessential Rod.
Yeah, quintessential.
He's talking about crying in the club. Me trying to fight the fear.
Oh yeah, it was.
Ooh, that sounded pretty good.
But we could throw it on. If we
Randy's
want.
looking like a Italian Justin Timberlake right now, circa
The Italian-
99.
Yeah, he looks like Pauly D and Justin Timberlake.
I don't think JT had a
Cousin.
nose ring though.
Oh, do we need to
shout
talk
out.
about that?
I mean, we could
Did you
talk about
acknowledge
it.
it on the pod yet?
I don't know. Have we?
Do the people know?
Do
Do
the
the
people
do the
know?
subscribers?
I mean, I don't even think they can probably see it from here. It's fucking minuscule.
They're gonna see
People
it.
in person don't even notice it.
They're gonna see it when it's a hoop, though.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the hoop will
Oh yeah.
distinguish it.
So Randy got
Hoop
his
coming
nose
soon.
pierced, just if you needed more context. But yeah.
Yes sir, yes sir. Finally pierced up.
Pierced up.
Pierced up.
Swagged out.
Tats coming soon.
I
Welcome to
made
the
the
club.
argument that now that he has the ears pierced, like no nose pierced. Now that he has the nose pierced, he can pull off the ears pierced. Without the nose pierced before, he couldn't have pulled off the ears pierced. But
Let
now
me visualize.
that he has the nose ring,
But what type of earrings would you wear?
just some diamond studs.
So yes, I mean I'm not gonna get earrings, but if I were
Yeah.
to, it'd probably just be studs. Yeah.
Not gonna get earrings yet.
Ty,
But-
you should get earrings.
No,
Doesn't Big Ring have earrings?
Big Ring has earrings.
Who's that?
He's stizzy.
Shout out Matt
Shouts.
Ringstaff.
Shouts.
South Jersey.
Shouts.
Give it
Ringstaff.
up.
Big
Shout
Ring.
out. Big
Big
Ringstaff.
Ring.
Oh, is
I love
that
Big
is that
Ring.
an ass you boy?
Ass
Yeah,
you.
Okay.
Ass
So-
cowboy.
He yeah, but that's just how they roll in Jersey. Like he's got the hair, like hair longer than yours.
Yeah,
yours are
he
getting,
was
he's getting
definitely an
there.
inspiration.
He's
for me
got
to
the
grow out
beard
hair.
all lined up. He's got the
When
earrings.
you met him?
Yeah, I've met him multiple times.
It's big ring. Come
he's,
on now.
He's hysterical. He's great.
Should get him
He's
on the pod.
goated. He
He's-
needs to be on the
he
pod.
does need to be on
He
the
would
pod.
be a riot on the pod.
Oh my god,
actually. Shout out
he would
Big
go
Big
viral.
Ring.
He would.
He
dude,
would go viral.
His whole shtick and his whole job is literally communicating to old women and falling in love with him.
Yes, yes.
That's
What? Is he like a gigolo?
Basically,
He's selling solar panel,
he's a solar panel salesman.
and he only talks to old hot women.
Oh
Apparently,
my
He knocks on the
God.
door.
and says, "Let me come in."
If there's
Let me
The
come in.
billionaire's wife.
if it's an attractive or a
Scholar,
wealthy,
okay.
attractive older woman,
She's in the bag.
she's in the bag
Like
because
Otto.
he has that
Does
Riz
he
and
bang?
Raz.
Does he bang
No,
the
no, 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 no.
clientele?
No,
we
he's
don't,
just-
we don't
but
kiss
he's
and
getting the
tell,
sale.
but
He's getting the sale.
Yeah, we know he's getting the sale.
Okay.
That's all you
We know
need
he's
to
getting
know.
the sale, and he may be getting a little extra sale.
He's
Getting
number-
the bag.
Number one in the nation.
He's number one in the nation.
He's getting the bag and then some.
number one in solar panel. Let's
Yes.
go. Shouts.
Yes.
Hey, that deserves a
Give
shout.
it. Great minds think alike, Ryan. Great minds think alike. But yeah,
Hey,
Rand. No,
I'm trying to get on his
I'm
level.
serious though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trying to get on his level. The next up, the beard is coming, and then it's the earrings,
Eventually.
and then it's the
You-
yachts.
I need a mean
And
beard.
at that point, your
You
hair is gonna
think?
be
I
low.
need a mean beard, yeah, 100%. I just can't grow a good beard.
Yes, you can.
Yet. Can't grow one yet. Can't
No,
grow one yet.
It's the biggest enemy of a beard is a razor, and I feel like you run one of those across your face often, and then you come out on the pod saying, "I can't grow a beard." Yeah, it's hard to grow a beard when you run a razor blade
Called
over your face
No,
every day.
Remember
every
this
morning.
past summer, I had like the thickest beard, but it was a chin
Every
strap.
morning.
Yes.
Had a thick beard in the summer.
Yeah,
Because
but
you gotta
then,
let it shave, let it grow a little bit. Shave, let it grow. Shave, let it
nah,
grow.
you just gotta let it grow. You gotta let
Nah,
it.
you do
raise.
Yeah,
No,
just
because
like-
the
it's like the
the
hair.
splotchiness you gotta keep, but then it'll grow. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a process.
The-
it is a process.
the answer is to just let it grow.
Yeah,
Let it
let
grow.
it grow.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I think
Can't hold it back anymore.
I'll get to that point when I'm
Wow,
ready. When
beautiful
I'm ready.
time.
But I'm saying the Stiz and the Raz and the Riz. What is it, Riz or Raz?
The
Riz,
youngins do be
Riz.
talking about the Riz.
The Riz is coming with
Riz
Rand.
Khalifa.
The more swag is the drip, everything.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Hey,
But I'm
are
just
you,
saying
Are you trying to evolve stylistically in any way?
he's
I mean,
he's evolving
Is
like a
this
Pokemon.
new, this necklace? Because I never seen you wear that before.
I've had this for like
That's the Italian
years.
charm. The Italian charm.
Have you worn it often?
I wear it all the time. Yeah.
Oh, love
Well, I got it as a gift, and I feel so. Here's the thing: if you're gonna give me jewelry as a gift, I have to wear it. Look at my bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Shout
I
out.
was given these by my dog and by my sister. Shouts.
Your dog,
And-
great choice.
Not my actual dog, but Ald gave me this. This is Ald's company. Ald just said take it,
Oh, shout out.
Wow.
and so I just been repping for him.
I'm
'cause
gonna get you a skull and crossbones ring,
I'll wear it.
pinky ring.
I'll wear it.
I'm gonna get you a tattoo on your chest of sailboat
Let's go.
of
The Bice boat.
the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean.
That sounds fire. Hey, I mean, you get me, and I'll wear it 100%. I mean, I feel like
For life.
even if it isn't like the most like stylistic thing, like I don't know, I still rock it. Like I still rock it. You know,
I like that though.
I just think it.
Have you seen those? Speaking of permanent jewelry, those permanent bracelets.
Okay, first of all, no one said permanent jewelry, so you can't say "speaking of" and then go pull
we're-
something out your ass.
Well, we're talking about
Speaking
tattoos.
of jewelry,
We're talking about jewelry and tattoos. Tattoos are permanent. We're talking about jewelry. Speaking of permanent jewelry, I put a comment in there. Maybe it works. Who knows? Regardless, have you seen those?
He's pissed.
Have you seen?
okay, damn.
I actually have never seen a permanent bracelet, but explain. Can you explain to the people what this means?
Shout out D Beck.
If I think what it means, if I think
Do you
it
want me?
means what it
Do you want to
means-
explain, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Queenie
All right,
because
let's hear
she'll
it.
get in her bag. Enlighten us, please.
Also, don't bring stuff up if you can't elaborate.
No, you just offered.
Bring
and
it
I
up,
know
no.
you would do a better
Bring it
job.
okay,
I will
fair
elaborate.
enough.
I will hunt
Okay.
and rabbits wait.
Elaborate, corroborate. Okay.
Hey.
Basically, it's this new trend where you get like a small chain, smaller than that, and you get like a small little welding tool and weld it together so it has no clasp or anything. And it's permanent. Like it's supposed to just stay on. You don't take it off.
It doesn't break off.
I mean, it might eventually one day, but it's
I'm sure
made
it
to
happens.
sort of
Yeah.
last. And
Do you want?
Take care of it.
Do we want a permanent bracelet though?
Deirdre has
think
one.
it's a
Our
cool
sister
idea.
has one. And I
it's a
think it
cool
is
idea.
cool,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't. I get like irritation on
Yeah,
my,
that's
like,
what
I'm
I
always
say.
like,
Like if it don't
like, I
move,
gotta get it
like,
off.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's.
I'd have to
definitely a cool
see
idea.
it. I
it
haven't
is
seen
cool,
one
but
before.
it is very
Let's
small,
let's look that up. Let's see.
very thin.
It's very subtle, like just like a little glisten on the wrist.
just like a little nose ring.
yeah, just a little
Yeah,
icy.
just like a little
moment.
nose, John. Little nose Nose hoop.
Freaking
permanent
bracelet.
bracelet. Golden hour. Golden shower.
Not golden shower.
Yeah, no, take that back. Golden hour.
Take that back.
But you're being showered by the sunlight during golden hour.
Okay, that's better.
Permanent jewelry bar.
So easy.
Yeah, you see those little Johns?
There's just no clasp
These
or
things?
anything. Yep, it's just around your wrist.
But she's got it around her palm.
Yeah, I don't think that's
She's-
actually.
she's
I
like-
think that's just to
it's-
show the different
it's sho-
types.
Yeah, showing it off. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. I don't think it's.
It says it's a durable bracelet, but if you need to remove it, you can cut it with scissors. You can cut it with scissors. Is it that durable?
Yeah, I mean, just take care
so
of it, man.
that's
Just
why
take
it's
care of
permanent. It can move around, but like it won't come off your. It doesn't stretch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like stuck to your skin or anything.
I thought when you said weld, like you were.
not weld it to your body.
It's not like a
weld
you're not
one end to the other.
branding yourself.
I thought it was a legit form of branding. I was so confused.
No. That would
Randy
be
was like,
some next
oh.
level.
I was like,
I don't know. And I literally go, Deirdre has one. He's like,
dude,
what?
oh my god,
It's a fucking animal.
I'll have
I'm
to see it
I'm
to
just a chimp,
make sure.
bro. I'm
but-
just a chimp in this world. I'm just a chimp.
No, you're world's smartest man. Hashtag big brain. Hashtag no negative self talk. Come on, positive
Hashtag
talk
Italian
only.
job.
Hashtag Italian job.
Yo,
He don't
That-
work job. He is a job.
yo, that
Okay?
short,
Yes.
that short got a lot of views.
The Italian
Yeah,
job
I
because
got,
it was
like,
hilarious.
Got 1K view. It was fucking hysterical. You know what was actually really cool? Speaking of Elsa and Let It Go, my dog.
Shut
really
up.
quick, we're talking about UFC. My
Shut up.
dog, Israel Adesanya, fucking froze a man. last Saturday night.
Frozen rope.
Like Elsa, absolute bodied this man.
See
Yes, he
that
did.
was a
Shout
good
out.
connection right there.
Thank you. So
a
Yes.
good play on words.
So here's what happened. My man Israel Adesanya has been getting a lot of hate. Everyone's been talking that he's washed. His fights are boring. All this shit. They're all talking shit about
He's
him.
the style bender.
But he is the style bender.
Shout
And
out.
I've ride or die with my squad, and the boys were
The shadow bender. What is he?
the last style bender. You know how the last airbender?
What is style?
He just bends all types of fighting styles.
Oh, I see.
Like, you know,
He's just a wild bull.
he's flashy. He wears nice things. He's electric on the mic. He just bends all the
He's
styles.
electric.
He's electric.
He
And do you mind if we pull up the knockout really quick?
Sure.
But pretty much
where's the John at?
let me set the scene, because the
It's right
storyline
there.
is what's the greatest part about this.
Okay.
So Israel Adesanya used to be a world champ kickboxer.
There's a lot of storytelling in MMA.
It's like
It's
wrestling.
all about that backstory.
Wait, so do you think there's a script? Because I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the.
There is speculation. There is speculation.
There's a script in basketball and shit. Oh,
No
no,
way.
Football. There is speculation. There is
Because
I
people
think
were talking about
that's cap,
the
though.
Kelsey brothers and all that stuff, and then there was something else where people
like
was
Ray
like,
Lewis
script.
retiring, wins a ring. Peyton Manning retired. Wins
Also,
a ring.
London Fletcher should be in the Hall of Fame,
He's just as good as Ray Lewis,
if not better.
maybe.
And he's
And
Royce the 5'9".
he's Royce to 5.
We
gotta get the Yeah, we gotta get the dongle. That is a bop. Certified bop. We gotta play that. But yeah. So let me tell you the storyline. So Israel
Storyline.
Adesanya used
The
to
script.
kickbox for glory,
Mhm.
and his opponent Alex Pereira would also fight, and they fought each other twice in kickboxing, where Israel lost twice to him. He decided to say, "Fuck kickboxing. I'm going to UFC." Moves to UFC, wipes everyone out.
Why are you searching this? Is it in here?
Right here, yeah. This is
the
it.
knockout.
Oh, I watched this.
You're darn right you did. You're darn
So-
tootin'. You're darn tootin'.
He goes to the UFC. Alex Pereira comes to the UFC, challenges him for the belt, beats him.
Is this one where he's like,
Oh, watch.
Yes,
So right
yes.
now, before this fight, he was losing. He was 0-3 to him. So he goes, I'm just trying to beat him. That's all I'm trying to do. So look, you think he's got him right where he wants him. Da!
Got him. Oh, hammer fist.
that's crazy?
Pull that bow and arrow on him. On him.
Yeah.
And that's what he did to him last fight, right?
And last fight, he did the bow and arrow. And so like the whole thing is Alex Pereira, his thing is the Powhatan. That's his nickname. He's a warrior. So his whole thing was, hunting for his prey, because he lost to him twice in glory. Came to UFC, was like, all right, I'm going to beat you again. He beat him again. He lost his belt. Physically was not the champ anymore. So Izzy, fourth time fighting him, was like, now everyone knows you will not lose to Izzy a fourth time.
You won't.
He won't lose a fourth time to anybody. So it
Allegedly.
was just so electric to just see like that rivalry for years.
Yeah.
18 years. And at the end, can you also look up his post-fight interview with Joe Rogan? At the end, he just talks about like how like grateful he is. Like he grinded his balls off for this, like just needed a win. Fucking needed it. And then after the post-fight, Joe Rogan talks to him and he just gives an electric speech that like shit moved me. Like shit made me think about life differently.
Wow.
It was crazy. You just gotta look up like Izzy post-fight and it'll probably come out.
Is that
This
it?
is staged. Yeah, see, they're always saying some
This
shit.
one?
No, in the ring. Octagon. Joe Rogan. Post-fight. Izzy. Post-fight. Joe Rogan. We probably
Where's the
find.
age? There it is.
But yeah, it was just he just said some moving things. And yeah, Donald Trump was with Mike Tyson. Who is that dude in the middle?
I didn't see it.
Right there. Octagon interview. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
This has got to be
Let's
good.
hear what he's got to say.
But yeah, this
See
is
if
why
I
I
get
love
inspired.
UFC is because it is fighting at the end of the day, and you may not be a fan of it or what is going on here. You may not be a fan of it, but
Or you
like,
may be a fan
Wait,
of
I
it.
need to listen up.
he's just so happy.
Yes, sir.
What was that? And he gets his belt back.
The
Gets his
rightful
belt
owner.
back.
The rightful owner.
I think he is the only person to lose the belt, get it right back next fight. Only person.
He's just built like that.
He's built
I saw
different.
some crazy stat like that. I also saw some crazy stat that he fights every 3 months.
What does that mean?
He has a fight every 3 months.
Okay, what does that mean though?
Hey, Dean, imagine you get in a
Hold
ring.
on.
Let's go.
Oh, so this is what you were talking about earlier. The Bice were
This
knocked
is
down.
the Bice.
Yes, literally. And again and again and again. Dude, he's just so stizzy. He's such a beast. I love him, dude. How can you hate this man?
Look at how little Joe Rogan
I
is.
know. But no, Izzy's tall as shit. Izzy's like 6'4", 6'5". He's tall.
No way.
Dude,
He's like
tall as-
6. He's like 6'2".
No, dude, he's tall.
That other guy was taller than him.
Yeah,
You're telling me
the
that
other dude
guy's
was
like
6'5",
6'7"?
6'6", yeah.
Well, you just said he was 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he's... I'm telling you, they're
I'm
tall.
looking it up right now.
All right, that's fine. I don't
They're
care
tall.
about
They're tall. Look up their stats.
Joe Rogan.
But no, that was really all I want to show. It's just like he was just motivating people. Like, listen, like you don't like I can understand how happy he is. Like, I get it. Like, he lost 3 times in a row. Like, no way he can just keep getting dogged on. And he finally,
Oh shit, he is 6'4".
dude, he's tall as shit.
He tall like
Alex
shit.
is like 6'6",
I thought
yeah.
Joe Rogan was like a short king.
He is. He's like 5'8".
Oh.
He looks like 5'10", 5'11" right there.
Yeah, because if he's
he's
6'4",
got a whole-
whatever, it
he's got
doesn't
a-
fucking matter.
He's got a whole head
Let's
on.
see. I mean, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see how tall Joe
end
Rogan
this.
is.
What's your guess? Because I
think he's like
5'10".
5'8", 5'9". I don't know. But, I mean, Joe Rogan's a beast. He'd kick my ass. I love Joe Rogan.
5'7.5". How?
Wow.
Who puts the half inch in
I
there?
know, right?
He needs everything he can
That
get.
was
He's
him.
5'8". He's 5'8".
That was him.
He's
He
a-
paid for that half inch.
Yeah.
He
He's
paid Google
5'8".
for that.
He's 5'8".
Oh, and Izzy's barefoot right now. Joe's probably wearing heel inserts
Yeah, that's
with,
true.
with dress shoes.
That's
right,
true.
he's deceiving us.
Yeah, so
Look at that. How crazy of a moment would that be? You just...
oh.
And he goes, I just want you to feel
Hey,
happy
hey.
about something. He's like,
and
I'm
then he got sturdy on him.
Hey, he did... Style Bender, baby. Yeah, he does crazy dances for his walkouts. Comes up to crazy songs.
Where you, Miami,
he goes,
baby?
Dale.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's something different, dude. He's
Well,
amazing.
good for him. Happy for him.
No, yeah, I just thought it was so amazing. Like the whole, I love the ending where you're just like, I hope, like he's like, I'm so grateful to just keep feeling this feeling again and again and again and again.
Yeah, and I mean,
That part was so cool.
so inspired while he's shitting on us.
He's not shitting on us. He's just letting you know, like, go for it, do it.
Yeah, you're right.
He said you will never feel this happy if you don't go for it.
Yeah.
Not saying like I feel happy and you never will.
Yeah, exactly.
Peasant.
He was just
Yeah,
saying
that's
like
true.
he's just grateful to keep feeling that feeling again and again and again.
But he's saying I feel it again because I go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
He puts his
Man.
back into it.
That's facts.
Yeah, so that was such a great card to watch. It was actually really cool because, you know, Jorge Masvidal, the guy that one tapped Ben Askren,
Yes.
fastest knockout in history, in UFC history. 5
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah.
You heard of him? He just retired.
Yeah, because
Hung
he
up the gloves.
smells.
'Cause he does stink. He is overhyped because of that knockout, But
Ben Askren, yeah, dude.
He's
Jake
had a-
Paul.
he's had
Jake
a-
Paul knocked him out.
yeah, I mean, he's had a. But here's the thing.
What are we talking about?
Jorge, like as much as I do,
Has
think
Jorge
he's a-
won a fight since then?
I think he was on like a 4-fight losing streak. Yeah,
He got
was on his way
rocked.
out. He was on his way out, and
he was never like. That's the thing. He was never on his way in.
well, like I think he definitely deserved the level. I mean, dude, he was a veteran. He had like 40 fights.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he
that's
did put
a
in
lot
the work.
of
So
fights, dude.
you do have to tip the cap.
Imagine
to
being
that.
in the octagon 40 times, AD, fighting 40 people. Like that's a lot of bodies. Like that's a lot. So that's why I have respect for him. Like he isn't a slouch, but I just do not think he's as good as everyone says he is. Like the fact that he co-mains and he hasn't won like a fight in years, like I don't know, crazy. Just because he has a big name.
So how long are they supposed to train for the fights?
I mean, I think if you're going to do a camp, I mean, I think you should always be training martial arts. If you're a fighter, you should always be training, always learning.
But like these guys, like once every 3 months is too much.
I mean, that's just a lot. Like, think about how often you're about to
That
get
is
your
a
head
lot.
beaten in. You know what I mean? Think about how hard sparring you have to do that entire 3 months.
Right.
And
So,
you have to after each fight, you have to recover for depending
A
how
lot,
gruesome
depending how
the
bad
fight.
it is. Yeah. So like,
You
I
recover
think
for a while.
I think 3 months is a good camp. Like, if you're gonna like, all right, we got this fight. Let's go train hard for 3 fucking months straight.
Right. But it's
Grind.
not like I had a fight tomorrow. I'm training for 3 months and then I'm gonna fight the day after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So
It's like have a fight, rest for 3 months.
people
train
will
for 3
take a few months off to just do passive training, like take classes, like just level up, gain your stripes, go up a belt, things like that. And then once you just learn a little more, get a little bit better, that's when, all right, let's do a serious camp where we do hard sparring. Because you can't hard spar all the time. Because you're getting bopped. Sparring is it's not 100%, but it's 70%. Like you're giving them a look, you're giving them a show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's the thing is someone's not gonna go 75% with you in the octagon. People go 110. So you gotta train that intensity, but it's hard to train that intensity for a year. You know what I mean? It's not sustainable.
Not
Yeah.
sustainable.
Yeah, but Izzy, like I said, is
Especially
fighting
making weight.
Izzy's fighting every 3 months. I think I saw a stat for the past 2 years. He's had a fight every 3 months,
That's tough.
and that's a lot, dude. That's 4 times a year.
That is.
Mhm.
Imagine getting the octagon 4 times a year and getting your shit beat in. But that's the thing is he's so good, he's getting everyone else's shit beat in.
Yeah,
Dude, the way he
he's
popped
like that.
off that fence, dude, it was crazy. I couldn't believe. You know what was so upsetting about that? I was watching the stream. I was watching on my phone. It was on me. I should have bought. I'm sorry, Dana. I didn't buy the pay-per-view. I was watching on the stream. But Dana knows when to pull the cord. Every single time this happened to me, always pulls the cord on the main event fight. Once it's the main event, nope, we'll give you all the other ones, but we're taking that one away. So I didn't watch it.
Well, yeah, they want
Live.
you to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. So
Fair enough.
They pulled the stream, and I just went to bed because I had to be up early for work. Fuck work, by the way. But
Shout out.
shouts. But yeah, I missed seeing that live, and I called it. I said Izzy was gonna win. I thought he was gonna win by decision. I didn't think either of them were gonna knock each other out. I thought they were gonna be a little more controlled, I'd say conservative. But yeah, I could not see that happening. And Drake actually bet millions of dollars on Izzy winning by knockout, and he just won a fuck ton of money.
Wow.
What a bag.
He won a
He
bag
probably shithed his pants when he won.
Yeah, I know, right? Because
Right.
Drake has what it's called, the Drake curse. Every time he bets on an athlete, he always loses.
Yes.
I've heard this.
He has a terrible track record.
Yeah,
but
it could have been any.
he
Drake's,
break-
Drake's the type of guy
This is a
that it
big
could have
one.
been any amount of money, and he would have been hyped just because he was right.
Did he break the curse though?
His track record's bad. I don't know, but he broke the curse with Izzy. So
Let's go. Shout out.
Shout out to Izzy.
Izzy's
Drake.
the chosen one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Izzy posted someone on his Instagram of Drake DMing him, being like, "Dude, you're the manifest demon."
Shout out.
He really did manifest that shit. He said he was gonna knock his shit out, and he did.
Yeah, he was.
It's
He
fucking crazy.
really he looked like Will Smith up there to Chris Rock. Wow. Keep my wife's name.
Dude, and then he was like P
My
Mac.
wife's
Dude,
name.
Then he was like P Mac
Out
and
your
Stone him.
fucking mouth.
Yeah, P Mac and stone him.
Shouts P Mac and stun him with them.
Shout out.
Oh god, dude. Oh, I wish we had film of that. Oh my god, I'd love to put that side by side. It probably looks the exact same. Dude, P Mac was like high stepping backwards, throwing bow and arrow shots.
Yeah, after he hit
You getting so
Oh my
hyped
God.
up.
after he kicked a punt that like went out at the 12 or something like that.
He just was always very.
he fucking pocketed it perfectly, and he was like, "Sniped y'all."
He's very confident.
Dude.
What
Nah,
can you
P-
say?
No,
Mac-
we need P-Mac on the
Dude.
pod. Come out, show out P-Mac. We need
P
you.
Mac,
Yeah,
Go.
come on, P Mac.
Give it up for him.
prime P Mac on the field was literally so electric.
So
Fucking
electric, dude.
hysterical. Oh my
Unbelievable.
god, he's the funniest guy I know. Shouts P Mac, dude. I think
Yeah.
he's the funniest guy I've ever met. I can't.
Very
dude.
funny.
Oh my
Hilarious.
god.
But
We need
speaking
him
of,
on. We gotta shoot him a call.
yeah, we do. We should get him on the pod through a call.
We could do that as well.
Call him up.
Let's see. Yeah.
FaceTime
Cold
Paul
call.
Mac. But yeah, we're gonna cold call his ass.
Cold call.
He's not gonna answer, but that's fine. But
Hold it up to the mic
as you can see,
Let's
we
see
are
if he
calling.
answers.
so everyone can hear him. Not
Everyone go back
answer.
and watch. I think it was pod number 4 or 3.
He's been on a couple.
P-Mac was on it.
Yeah, but what was
We
I
need
gonna
him
say?
back.
I just have so many memories of Paul just being a menace. It was good though. It was good. It was in a healthy
He's
spot.
crazy.
Healthy spot. But
Yeah, you always need friends who are,
sad.
have a little menacing in them.
Mm.
Just to spice it up.
Just to
spice
keep it
life
interesting.
up. Yeah. You don't want to be too
No, but the thing-
Define menacing.
The thing I like about Paul is
Yeah,
he's like
healthy
one of the,
menacing.
He's one of the
Healthy.
most honest people I've like ever known. Like he keeps it 100. You know what I mean? Like
and that's what you have
Yeah.
to respect.
he
out of
doesn't
people.
sugarcoat you, dude. He doesn't. He just keeps it honest. And like anytime he like fucks up or does anything wrong, he's just like, yeah, that's on me. He just owns up to it.
Yeah,
I
no,
respect
that's what you gotta respect out of people. Like
Yeah. He's
people who are
self-aware.
honest
He's self-aware
and
and he's self-assured.
yeah,
And I respect people that are self-assured and self-aware. You know,
facts.
facts. What about
He
you?
is an honorable man.
I would say so.
Charlie
100%.
Brown. Shout out.
Shouts Charlie.
Yes.
Shout
Charlie.
out.
Charlie.
But yo, you actually mentioned going to work. How's that been? I know you're in the job hunt because
Facts.
I might be
Tell us
myself
about
a
it.
little bit.
Yeah, we're just on to bigger and better things. Just want to do something different. Go toward just try other things.
I mean,
go
you
towards
are
things that I
you are
motivate.
saving the world every day when you think about it.
We'll
Cancer
Very important
research
work.
at
Maybe-
Dana-Farber. Shout
Very
out
important
Randy.
work.
We'll see.
Very.
We'll see. We'll find out.
What do you mean we'll find out?
I
You've
think,
been doing it for the past 6 months? A year
I
actually.
actually just hit a year in April. Yeah. So.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah,
Shout out.
definitely. Definitely ready for a change. I wanted to hit biotech. That's like my ultimate goal is to like work for a biotech company because those I just feel like do a lot of good. Not only like with like diagnosis, prognosis, and like treatments, but also just like biomedical technology in general is just like so innovative. Like the things you see about like neural links that Elon Musk is talking about, like like catheters that are just like I don't know. The technology is crazy that they use like prosthetics. I don't know. I think things like
you
that.
sound like you invented science.
I did not. I
Pretty
did not.
much.
But like
You
Because
sound like
I didn't
you
I didn't
are
understand a
I'm just
word.
Mr. Science.
I'm just a big fan of the biotech
the
field.
science job.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
it's an important field for sure though.
yeah, I just think like they do a lot of good that like here's the thing, like pharmaceutical companies are obviously necessary and they obviously provide a service and like
Debatable.
I think they do something, right? Like I can't say that they don't do anything.
I agree with that.
Like they obviously provide some good things.
Well,
but
what's
like,
debatable about it to you?
I do think that it can be slightly corrupt. I do think that they also
It's definitely
don't
corrupt.
aid the the epidemic, if you want to call it the war on
The drugs don't work.
And like, not that they
And
don't work, I just don't like that.
They
or
make
they
it so
work too well.
They make it so you need more of them.
Right. So I worked in a pharmacy, right? And
Right.
what I've noticed is the number one pharmaceutical sold was antidepressants. It's the number one thing right now. Clearly,
Because they make you depressed.
clearly showing that, like, I don't know if they make you depressed, but that, like,
It's a scam.
the majority of people are struggling mentally,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, that's a problem, right? Like, why are so many people struggling mentally? Like, what is the change that has happened so rapidly?
Because you can't
And
treat,
COVID.
you cannot
COVID.
treat
Not COVID,
depression and mental illness with just medication. Like,
Right.
you need co-occurring treatment. You
Right.
need counseling of some sort,
Yeah,
or
compounding, yeah.
go to a group, go talk to your priest. Like, you cannot just take the
Yes.
antidepressants and rely solely on that. That's just not, you can't treat mental
Yeah.
illness like that.
I want to branch
do
off that
something.
actually really quick. We'll get back to pharmaceuticals in a second, but like I want to talk about that. Like, I saw this thing where it was like, I believe depression is real, but if you are not, and he just like lists like these things that you like necessity, like if you are not like exercising, sleeping right, getting enough sunlight, eating right, like just taking like these basic things that where you take care of yourself. Like if you don't do these little things, like drink enough water, like get like sunlight was one of them, and like if you don't do these things, then like you're not giving yourself a fighting chance. Like if you just do not do things that are like supposed to like help your dopamine levels, like your body just function day to day normally, then
Yeah, but the trouble with that is what happens when you can't even get yourself out of bed.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, if the depression is that bad, right, then that is true depression. But like,
So are you saying if you're doing all those things and you still feel it?
if you
then
then
it's
that is true depression. Exactly, that is true depression. Because like depression isn't being
I don't
sad.
think that you can say that though. If
I mean, I guess.
you're saying if you're not doing every single thing on the list and still
we're just taking care of yourself.
not feeling good, then
Right.
that's true depression, and that's the only true.
In his opinion, and I kind of agree with some of that, right? Like if
Okay.
if you are not like just doing the basic thing of eating right, sleeping right, you know.
Well, you're never gonna get better until you address the issue.
Exactly. So that's why it's like.
But the issue is when it comes to addressing it, that's where people struggle.
Yes.
So he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, obviously it's super individual, and like obviously like can't.
No,
put a
no,
blanket.
because depression is a defined medical illness. Okay? So if he's not saying the definition of what it is, then he doesn't know what he's talking about. And the only reason, you guys, I'm so passionate about it is because I am myself a mental health professional. And I'm
Shouts.
almost,
Shouts.
I'm this close to a bachelor's degree. So
Let's go. Hey,
Shouts.
give it up.
Yeah, it's
Graduation
like I said,
season.
So
It's the most-
I'm a credible source.
And speaking of
Shouts.
work, you just landed yourself a new job. Give it up for that.
Oh, no kidding.
Thank you.
First big girl job. First big girl job.
No kidding. Doing what?
I'm gonna be doing like case management type stuff at an assisted living
Interesting.
facility.
Interesting. Hey,
Let's go.
with
Shout
older
out.
adults.
that's a good thing to throw on the resume. Are you a psych major?
Social work.
Social work major. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a deep area.
So, anyways,
I mean,
back to what you
tough.
were saying.
But yeah, I was thinking like solely like, yeah, if you're not doing these basic things that like you really need to like make your body feel good first. Like if you're not doing that, that's like the number one thing I would go for. Like if we're straying away from the pharmaceutical area, because like I said, they heavily push those, and I mean when I say heavily push, like we would legit make phone calls to tell people to come pick up their prescriptions and such. So like it was heavily put on to people. And
Yes, big pharma, corrupt.
and that's why I think it is a little
Yeah.
corrupt, because like they push numbers, they push pills, and like what I
Pills
don't
that don't work.
and what I don't like
medication.
is that like we chronically treat ailments. We don't acutely treat them. Like they want to,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
said, they want you to keep taking this once a day for the rest of your life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But
you have
also,
to
Keep
yeah,
paying
it's
for
like
it every week.
if your health
Every
never
month,
gets
yeah.
better, that means you gotta schedule more appointments with the doctor. You gotta go to more things. You gotta get more testing done.
And another thing I
and
also
that's more
noticed,
money in their pocket.
right? And another thing that I also noticed where it adds more money to the pocket is people will take prescriptions. That prescription has a side effect. Now I have to take another prescription to help that side effect. Oh, now I have to take another one to help that side effect of that side effect.
Yeah,
and
what
like-
was it like? This guy.
So I saw this one guy, and I think this is against HIPAA. I think we're good. But pretty much he was getting a prescription for finasteride, which is
don't say the drug. Just say.
I think you'd say the drug, can't you?
Well,
Well,
if
just
you,
don't.
You, yeah,
I'm just not
if
saying-
you
yeah.
want to avoid the waters.
He was getting a drug to help with like hair loss, but then also had to pick up a prescription for like vitality, because it decreased his libido.
Mm-hmm.
And then since he was taking vitality
Increase it.
sexual enhancement pills, that like raises blood pressure. So now he's on blood pressure pills.
And
it
how
just-
So
bad is
there's
it for
three
you to have high
prescriptions.
blood pressure?
It's very bad.
It's very bad.
All just because what?
So-
You're just trying to keep your hair?
And you know what's natural
You
is
know?
losing your hair. You know what's
Bald
not.
is in.
You know what's not natural? Taking a pill to reverse that effect.
Yes.
Yes, unnatural.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You know,
And
I think a lot of medication can help, but I think
Yes.
people should dosage should be smaller, and it should be a dual treatment,
No.
not just the medication for mental
Yeah.
illness and stuff like that.
Yes.
I agree. And that's just one case I saw. There's millions of drug, interactions.
And
that
it's
don't-
that's three. That's
That's
two more
already
that you got to
3.
pay for.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Just
So
so you
it's
Facts.
what
just
are
so
you
you
thinking?
can make love to your wife? What? Come on, man.
She'll still fuck you
or
bald,
or
man.
husband, yeah, or husband, whatever it is. Hey, we don't discriminate. But I'm just saying, I think that's just so crazy because and another thing that I don't like is they push. I'm not push, but obviously you need to get prescriptions. But things like narcotics, like Adderall, really strong.
I know.
Adderall is a legit methamphetamine. It's an MDMA, and they give Adderall to kids that have ADHD. How are we
I
giving
know.
8-year-olds with supposedly ADHD legit meth?
That's why they're using experimental
dude.
CBD.
And there's
Yeah.
a
I
there's a
actually
lot of
listen to things like that.
misdiagnosing
THC.
ADHD and
That's a big problem. Is ADHD
prescribing,
right now.
Yeah.
giving them the wrong dose, so it makes them sluggish almost.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes their activity down, but
Yeah.
it's not helping them be productive at all because they
No.
can't even stay awake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when they're 8 years old, that's
They're
too
gonna
much.
have high energy though.
But that type of medication
Oh yeah, that medication
that has
is-
that effect
yeah,
on you,
100%.
that's too much.
I agree.
They haven't even gone through puberty yet. You know what
and
I
you're
mean?
having
It's
them
Yeah.
take these serious narcotics
yeah.
just because you think because they're a child and they
Because we cannot figure out the school system enough to
Again,
maybe
and it all goes wraps around.
All
maybe,
goes back to the school
cater
system.
to these kids a
Full
little bit more.
circle.
Because honestly, in this day and age, I'm not going to say that all kids have diagnosed ADHD, but kids struggle with their attention span.
Oh, 100%.
So I
we
think,
blame TikTok
yeah, yes and no, but curriculum
and
needs
YouTube
to
Shorts.
change.
Watch the Bice.
No, we do need to watch the Vice, 100%.
But
yeah, so
it's
medication is.
It's
There's-
a fine
so
line. It's a
that
fine
just,
line.
and that's
Yeah.
all just I've experienced, in my time, and I just don't. Again, like I said, there are certain if you have diabetes, you need to get prescription. You need to have insulin. That is something that you need, and it works, and it's helpful, and it's helped a lot of people. But even diabetes can be cured just through exercise, just being active.
Unless you have
that
the
true?
one that
Unless you have one that's inherited.
what is it? Type A,
Type 1 is
type A,
inherited.
type B, type 1,
Type
type 2.
Type
two.
1, I think, is inherited. You can't, you'll have it your whole life.
Well,
type
yeah.
2
Type
is the
2
one
is
where
you can get it at any time in your life if you're unhealthy,
you're an
but you
unhealthy
have
person.
to be so extremely unhealthy.
for sure. But again, they
And those,
they push
but those people could
pharmaceuticals for that when you
Alright.
could just clear that out, just living a healthier lifestyle,
Yeah,
not
yeah. Well,
a
that's definitely
sedentary
true.
lifestyle. You know what I mean? 70% of America lives a sedentary lifestyle where they don't do anything, and
yeah.
If
That's
those
why-
people just started drinking more water, it would make a difference
Literally.
for them, for their health.
literally. But yeah, that's
I need to drink more water.
Me too. Me
Shit,
too.
I need
Shout
more
out.
I'm actually
water.
all out. Rip, but that's okay. Shouts.
I am too now. Shout out water.
Shouts.
Give it up.
Water. Drink. Get stay hydrated.
Thanks for giving us life.
But like, what I also want to touch upon is that, like, yeah, like I said, they chronically treat you. They keep you on these things forever. And like, why have we not created treatments that like fix the problem now? Why have we not?
Because
Because
well,
big
that's
pharma.
unrealistic. Number one, treating
I get
a-
it's unrealistic.
No,
but
you know what it is because it's unrealistic to treat the problem now, but people think medication is a quick fix.
But why don't we have an endpoint? You know what I mean? There's no endpoint with medication.
Because nobody, exactly, like people don't. The fact that there's no like education on it, like people don't think about the fact that like I'll just take this medication until I feel better, and then they never feel better, but they don't think about it. You know what I mean? They're just
Yeah.
waiting until they feel better.
Right.
Yeah, I guess
Being
you're
Or
on the
maybe-
medication is their crutch to
No.
not address it in any other way.
Like it
For
makes
some people,
it
for
makes
some
them
people.
feel better until
it's a
they're
short
out
term,
of the
yeah.
medication. Then they need it again. To
Yeah, you get
back
reliant.
To that
You get
level.
reliant. And that's
Exactly.
a problem. You get dependent, and like that's the only thing I
And
don't
they feed.
fuck with.
They feed off that.
Like it's very easily manipulated, dude. Like, you know what's crazy is how many pharmaceutical commercials do you see daily?
Daily.
Daily?
With
Too-
All the
with
time.
the
Too
most side
many.
effects I've ever heard.
With the most side
Yeah.
effects,
Side effects may
with the
include dying,
craziest like
dying, diarrhea,
like
exploding.
they have like crazy
Explosive diarrhea.
commercial
Yeah.
like music,
Dying.
like catchy music, like things that like grip you. Like they're super like persuasive. I
Yeah,
think.
everyone's like smiling
And
and
It's like
apparently-
going in
dancing
slow motion.
around.
Yeah, and apparently like other companies aren't allowed to have
Exactly.
Pharmaceutical commercials. They're not allowed to have them.
Who?
I don't know what countries, but I've heard like
Oh,
other
other
countries like
countries.
Australia.
Other countries.
Like Australia, like I guess Australia's like one of the only other countries that shows
So-
commercials, but they only allow a certain amount.
So they're like treated as cigarettes almost.
No, it's just
Like how we can't have cigarette
it's
commercials.
just a very susceptible way to manipulate people through drugs, and like they want to censor,
Yeah.
not like censor it, but like be a little more careful of like how we educate people with these. You know what I mean? If you're just watching a commercial where it's like you think it's just like candy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's gonna fix everything. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
So I think that's
And the thing about getting
It's a little
it,
misleading.
getting
it's
it
just misleading,
prescribed
yeah.
by a doctor rather than just deciding from a commercial that you want to be on something. Like the doctor's gonna also
doctor
give you information on other ways you can treat it or like other
Right,
things
but-
you can do along with that. So if you're
Yeah.
not getting it from the doctor,
Right.
you're not getting it at all.
but like doctors
Yeah.
are also told to push drugs.
Fuck doctors, bro. That's
That's
why
what
I
I'm
don't
Do they
saying.
get
go to the
commission?
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
doctor's
I don't know if they get
office.
commission, but I know, like, dude, I know doctors are like told to like push drugs, like, because it sells.
I don't wanna
it
say-
makes more. It makes people money.
Let me retract
Sells,
that.
dude.
I don't want to say fuck doctors.
No, not
but
fuck doctors. They're obviously helpful and they're trying to do
We
their
need
best.
We need doctors.
But
We
it's
need
like-
doctors.
But it's like if
and
I'm
nurses.
a
Shut up.
Shut up.
if I'm like a kid with ADHD and like
ADAD.
if I'm a kid with ADD or ADHD, whatever, and I go to ask for Adderall, and then I get hooked on the Adderall, now I become like reliant on drugs, and now I like take other like more serious narcotics. Like now you become a drug addict.
Could be like a gateway.
and like yeah, like that's the thing. You can become a gateway, number
Gateway.
one, and two. If I try to come off those drugs, they supply, and like we sell pharmaceutical narcotics that are like supposed to be like supplements for actual drugs that aren't like as harmful but give you like a type of high to like wean you off. So then, but
like
like,
methadone.
but people just like don't get weaned off. They just stay taking it. There was this one called Suboxone, where it's like a Doan family, and
the Doan.
the Doan family. And
Shout out the Dones.
but no, that's how they're named. Is like their chemical compound has like a certain like prefix, like it would be like a Doan, and like that's
Right.
just how they are grouped in a family.
Shout out
Right.
scientist
It's some chemistry shit I don't understand.
that you invented. Okay,
No,
go on.
I don't even understand that.
That
shit.
you wrote the
Organic
book on?
chemistry. Oh, that shit was so hard. But
Hard to invent, but you got it done.
stop that, stop
Right.
that. But no, like
Shouts.
Suboxone was one to like wean you off. Like if you're like a struggling heroin addict, people would be taking this stuff to help like mitigate their side effects and like, you know, their addiction, and like, but they don't come off it. I see them every week, like trying to refill the script, just like get that high, and like I don't know. It's just a weird society we live in, and like maybe that's why we have such bad mental illness. Maybe
Sometimes
why
that's
so
what
many
they
people-
need, though.
Well,
like,
with that, I mean,
Yeah,
I think
but-
that type of stuff is really helpful. But then it's like, what's the next step?
Exactly.
yeah.
And
Because,
then-
like you say, they'll just keep refilling
That's
that
the
because
tough part.
Keep coming, and
that's how they filled the void of the drug. And so, what's the next step in recovery?
right.
If they don't have a recovery plan, what are you doing?
I actually also want to talk about, because in the pharmacy we also sold syringes, and I want to
Oh,
get your guys'
shit.
opinion on like, you know, selling or giving free syringes to like not spread
Or, like,
diseases
needle.
like HIV, yes, needles, and like to not
Well-
spread AIDS and things like that. What do you guys? What's your
I
guys'
think-
take on that?
I think it's good.
Yeah, it's a lot like colleges putting condoms in friggin' dorm rooms.
Exactly.
Like,
just to avoid
obviously-
the bigger problem.
they're
you don't
not,
want it
they're
to
not
happen.
gonna stop.
They're not going to stop doing it.
It won't go away
But-
in the foreseeable future.
Let's do what we can to mitigate the damages
100%.
the best we can.
Right.
No, I'd agree with that. Like people,
Safely.
And some of like the fallout of drug use, such as disease.
right?
Yes.
Like people would say like that's encouraging, and I wouldn't call it encouraging.
No,
I would call it.
because
People would say like,
if you
oh,
tell a
you're
drug
just
addict stop
aiding
doing
them.
drugs,
Yes.
they're just gonna keep on.
No, I agree.
going.
I don't agree in the
Yeah.
idea that is encouraging, but I'm just giving the other side of it that people say like you're just
Yeah.
contributing to the epidemic, and like I get what you're saying. I know like you think it's just like
I see both
makes
sides.
it makes it easier to do. I get what you mean, but like again, the bigger problem is AIDS, HIV, which we don't have cures to, which people die from like still all the time still, and like obviously a big proponent of that is sharing needles, sharing blood, like doing these basic things. Like obviously you can get AIDS in a lot of different ways, but like that's like a big one is sharing needles and like bodily fluids like that, and people will legit share
I think
needles.
very,
like,
very few people are dying from AIDS these days. The treatment is very good.
It's getting
There's
better.
no
It's getting
cure.
better. No
so
cure,
I
though.
just no information, misinformation. Not that many people are dying from AIDS, but
It
you
still
get
happens,
HIV. A lot of people, especially.
It's still a
but this is the other
changing
thing.
and threatening.
For the
Yeah.
people who say,
Disease.
"Oh, this encourages drug use," it's like, well, you're not really educated on the issue because along with drugs, the issue is homelessness, and a lot of these people in homeless shelters are getting
That's a good
together,
one too, yeah.
having intercourse. They do not have to reveal their HIV status. Like they're protected by Massachusetts state law to not have to reveal their status. So potentially they could be spreading it.
that's another
So
bad
that's
idea.
so is it
Ooh.
really, one person getting it, so we the needle whatever. No, it's
Yeah.
because all this stuff gets passed around,
Yeah.
especially because a lot of these people are
Aren't honest
homeless as
about-
well.
Yeah, no, that's a
Yeah.
good point. That is a good
For
point.
sure.
But that's the factor that people want to ignore homelessness and how that is like a key role in like
I do want to talk
everything,
about
but
that too. I actually, yeah.
The Bice. Hey, the Bice we want to give to the homeless. People in need. Charity.
we want to give Ferraris away. Like,
Yeah, we want to.
so sick.
We want to start
like
our own
David
charity.
Dobrik.
Yeah,
We
legit,
want to do
though.
something.
Yeah, we'd love to
something
just give back to
crazy.
people. Hey, I've done my thing before. Oh, I appreciate you, T. I've done my part. I've tried to give things away to people. And I think it just it's funny. Like
It's a continual.
it's been
thing,
it's been a
you know, we
tradition. Yeah, I like to, it's like such a silly thing, like giving people food. It's like like the simplest gesture, and like it makes people's day, and like
Yeah, it's.
I wish
not
I could do
a
more of
lot.
it.
Or like give
it's not
people
a lot.
money.
It's not a lot, exactly. Like I wish I could do more. Seriously, like, I wish I could do more. It's not a big thing, but it makes people's day, and like I just try my best.
Like
and
you see
Right.
someone.
I'd love
on
to do
the
that on
corner.
just a bigger scale, dude. Like imagine being like a Mr. Beast, just giving things away. Like I think that's so amazing. I think like we just need more people like that.
Yeah,
know?
we need to be like that.
I saw
You see someone on the corner, give them $1. It's gonna make their day. You're not gonna need that $1 bill. It's a piece of paper.
it means
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what's
Give 'em
actually
a dollar.
Better
really funny?
yet, no, take your money and go get them something to eat because they'll go use that money on drugs.
Oh yeah, hold on. This is a good story. So I went
bless
to
up.
I went to school in Dorchester at UMass Boston.
Bless up.
And there's a lot of homeless around there. Obviously, poverty is just a big area. It's like a big prevalent problem in the city. And I was going to class. I'd just gotten Chipotle because I knew it was going to be a class for a while, and I wanted some food. And I saw a homeless guy. I felt really bad. I didn't have any money, but I had a Chipotle burrito. So I was like, the guy came up to me and I was just like, hey man, I got money, but like hopefully this like feeds you for tonight. And I just gave him the burrito.
Wow, that's
That's
very
great.
nice of you.
Hold on.
Hell yeah. Wait, there's a butt?
There's a butt. This guy takes the burrito and goes, I don't want food, I want fucking money. He eats my burrito, dude, fucking threw it. And I was literally astonished. Like, I was like, oh my, I would have fucking eaten that guy. Like, are you for real? Like, what the fuck? Dude, he football through that thing. Like, legit. And I was just like, fuck me, I guess. Like, that was what I tried.
You gave
like,
your burritos to the wrong homeless man,
dude,
I guess.
couldn't believe how ungrateful it was. But, I mean.
Yeah, that's
but,
crazy.
I mean.
He didn't deserve it.
He just wanted money for some drugs, man. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But, no, I mean.
I get it.
That's a big problem, though, in the U.S. Like, a big problem everywhere is poverty. Poverty is such a big thing.
Yeah.
I remember my cousin did, like, a European trip, kind of, like, along the Mediterranean, where she went to Greece, like, Italy, like, you know, all the places around there, like Spain.
That's a great
It was
trip.
fucking sick.
That sounds
She showed me
sweet.
pictures and everything was dope.
We should go there.
Dude.
Let's take a Mediterranean cruise.
Mediterranean
Yes.
cruise. Oh, that
Just
must be
eating
fun.
hummus on the ocean.
Hummus and spaghetti.
We'd be going to goddamn, Sicily. That shit's right on the fucking Mediterranean.
The birthplace of pizza. Is that true?
Right
Italy.
on the Met.
Yeah, Italy is. But, yeah, and she was just telling me, like, the biggest thing they all had in common is, like, the bad cities had, like, such bad poverty. Like, really bad. Like,
Well, the poverty in Greece is, like, crazy. Like,
Greece was
literally
the worst,
functions
she said,
off
yeah.
of tourism, basically.
Yep. And
Like
Greece
she said it was beautiful,
Greece's
though.
economy has been shit for like so long.
Yeah.
They say the same thing about
But yeah, it looks
Hawaii.
sick.
in a
Yeah.
way.
And she was saying how, like,
The views are nice, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Views
yeah.
are amazing. But she was saying how, like, like, if you can't speak Greek and, like, you're trying to navigate, like, they don't care. Like, they'll laugh at you. Like, she was, like, trying to, like, help get help, like, translating.
Yeah, because places like that, like sometimes
No southern hospitality.
They don't have a good hospitality, yeah.
The people there are like, fuck you, like tourism ruined our.
Yeah, why are you
joint.
here? You're ruining our
You
lives.
blew our fucking spot up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're like, fuck y'all Americans.
But yeah,
Is
like,
that-
which is kind of, it's kind of baller.
Shout out
yeah,
Mike
shouts.
Posner.
Took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah, he
Is
probably.
he Greek?
I don't know.
No, he's
I just know
But-
he took a pill in Ibiza.
yeah, he took a pill in Ibiza, made a song about it, and now there's a lot of tourism. I don't know.
Maybe.
It probably didn't help the cause.
What?
But yeah,
What?
like
Is Ibiza Greece?
it could be. I have no idea
I
where
have
Ibiza
no
is.
idea where Ibiza
Let's
is.
look it up.
It's along that Mediterranean, you know.
It might be
Mediterranean.
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 Wow, we are like 0 for 5 tonight. Ibiza's in Spain, so you're right.
All right, yeah. Shout out.
So close.
But basically, right, like my dad went to Sicily, and because my mom was born there, she's born in Marsala, and my
Shout
dad
out.
said it was like he was just
Is that
explaining to
is
me.
that like the chicken, Marsala chicken?
I mean,
Tikka masala.
yeah, it must be.
It's gotta be shout out.
But yeah, so
I
shouts
can't believe
Marsala,
your mom
Sicily.
invented chicken masala.
Yeah,
Marsala. Yeah,
That's the Italian
I
job.
didn't even
in
think of it
ya.
like that. That's
That's
the
the
Italian job.
Italian job.
But yeah, so she was born there, and when my parents went to go visit Italy, they went to Sicily to show where like she grew up, and like I guess in Sicily they have these big ass salt mines, where just
Ooh.
like people are just fucking picking that salt daily,
Give it the
grinding,
old heave ho.
kind of like cobalt type shit. Like
Cobalt mining.
it's
That's
just these
some
guys just
fucked
fucking
up shit.
yeah,
Modern day slavery.
grinding salt
Like
mining.
legit.
And like that's all they have there though is just like grinding these salt mines, just like fucking rake. That's like how they live their life, is just selling that. And yeah, I mean, it's just such
That's
a crazy
actually
way
fun
of
fact
life,
where
you know, like-
Salt Bay was born.
I
in
don't
the
know.
salt mines of
Yes.
Sicily.
But that's
Interesting.
That's such a just a different way of life they live there. Like, so he was kind of just explaining how like in Sicily, like they have kind of like poorly made architecture and structure, like mud and rock and like really bad housing, and then like really like shitty road, just like unpaved, nothing, just like dirt
Yeah.
roads. But then Italy, he was saying, Italy has like the grandiose like
Pristine
architecture and structure. Like even the houses have like the cobblestone driveways and like beautiful
Ooh, the
like
stairs.
statues and stairs. But like Sicily, like really poor, like lacks all that. Italy, look very wealthy, has a lot of like has a Sistine Chapel, things like that. So
The chapel.
that's just like the difference. If people were wondering about Sicily and Italy, what the difference is, that's like a big one. Obviously, other than like dialects,
Aren't they the same thing though?
they speak Italian, but like
They're
just have
both
different
Italy.
dialects.
In case there's confusion, Sicily
Yeah.
is in Italy.
Yes,
It's not its own thing, but
Facts,
Sicilians
facts.
like to,
yeah,
carry their pride,
It's like-
on
it's
their
like-
sleeve, so to
Yes.
speak.
yeah. It's like G-Wood and West Side, like they're still a part of the same thing, but
But G-Wood is its own thing, so that's
That's
totally
fact.
different.
oh, is it? Is it
Yeah,
now?
that's a fact.
But Sicily can't be its own thing.
It's just different. It's just different.
It's just different. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But that's a good comparison. But no, yeah, it's just crazy to think how other people live like in other parts of the world. Like I just had a friend that just went to Japan, one of my old coworkers, and she was just talking about it, and she was saying how like much cleaner it is there, like no trash, like no pollution. She was also saying how like the food proportions there are really small. You order something like
It's pretty much smaller in like any other part of the
yeah,
world.
like
Yeah.
just like
Other
trying to
Not
prevent
in the
like
US.
being obese, like gluttony, right? Like, so it was just so funny. And like, she was in one of the like a rotating like sushi bar where like the shit like kind of goes around you. And you just
Fire.
fucking, yeah, it was so
That
cool.
is
She was
fire.
telling me about it, and like, she was like, yeah, the technology there is like so advanced. Like they're so just like on a different level.
Yeah.
And like,
The U.S. really is not a good place to live.
Have-
Like it is technically the best place to live,
but it's also kind of like not.
Right.
but there's
But
there's portions of other places that is just amazing. Like people say they go to Jamaica, and well, actually, one of my coworkers from Jamaica, or former coworkers, he said his house in Jamaica is like right by the beach, and just weed plants grow wild and rampant,
My God.
just all through
Just
his backyard.
naturally,
Like he'll
yeah.
walk outside, just grab a little thing,
some
scroll up.
fresh bud off the plant. That's
Like,
so sick.
Sticky.
crazy.
Like he said it's the stickiest thing he's ever. It's like bubble gum.
And he
Wow.
doesn't. It just grow like that. He
It
doesn't
just
touch
grows
it.
like that. It doesn't touch it. Doesn't do wild.
That's
right by like
sick.
right by the ocean. He says it goes crazy.
That's sick. And that must be the non-matrix that
Like,
Casa is talking about.
Imagine that. That's just like
That's got to be non-matrix.
completely different lifestyle that they live
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah. No, I think about
the
that
island
heavily.
life.
'Cause,
The
like,
island life,
How
man.
can you be, you just take it easy when you're on the beach. So they're just taking it easy all the time. And
Yep.
life should be like that. We're too high strung.
Facts.
Especially in the Northeast.
We're too
Everyone,
strict.
even
Hit
the U.S.
beach with a spliff
Yeah.
from my backyard 'cause I'm in Jamaica
That's
Facts.
fair.
and
Hey,
not the USA.
Shouts Bob Marley. R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P.
But-
Shout out.
Have you guys seen the?
Shout out.
I saw a
Usain Bolt. Shout out.
post where it was like comparing the average like kids lunch meal and like all the different countries. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
No.
I've seen stuff like that where it's like
Yeah.
other
it
countries.
shows America's
looks
and it's like
actually
a cookie and
Yeah.
chocolate milk and like
Other
tater
countries, it's like
tots.
actually like a balanced meal that doesn't. Look
and then in
like
Greece it's like
gross
they're
and
giving you
processed.
fish and like good shit like
right,
Yeah.
rice,
yeah,
and like
just healthy stuff, yeah, and like we're just
and not like slop.
yeah, we're just giving like peaches and cookies and milk, like
And
Literally.
like what the fuck?
and doesn't Europe have like 4-day work weeks?
Some places do, yeah. That's
Like
that's
Italy,
getting pushed.
Italy
heavily.
even.
Yeah, some places do. Like again, they just try to improve quality of life, and like we're like the only place that doesn't try to improve quality of life. I feel like it's just fend for yourself. I don't know,
I know.
but I guess
Well,
that's just how it goes.
it's
Different
just like it's
vibes.
capitalism. Like improve your life, but also money is the center of everything. So.
I do want
Actually, balance is the
well,
center of everything.
you're right, but
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's mice.
It's
Yeah.
greed. Yeah,
It's
But it's
it's
Bice.
Bice, not mice.
yeah, it's greed, and like
Right.
I do want
It's
to.
Ice,
Geis.
right. The Geis.
It's dice. But I do want to like do a little more research into different type of like economic states, like obviously capitalism one, like there's socialism, communism, things like that. And like I feel like people hear things like socialism, communism, and like automatic like stigmatize, demonize, like, oh, that's wrong, that's bad. And like I think that's just like people are uneducated. Like once you, because I've done a little reading about it, like I don't know, I can't comprehend politics like that, and that's not my area. But like I try to like understand it, and like communism isn't like inherently a bad thing, and like it's just easier manipulated by dictatorship.
The idea of communism is not a bad thing.
Exactly.
Easily manipulated.
Yes.
I agree. Like the definition of communism is like everyone
Community.
is equal.
Commune. Everyone's
Like
equal,
everyone gets the same.
It's just bartering. It's
But-
just like sharing, trading is how things are done. It's
It
not
also-
money value.
Yes, it is. Well,
It's bartering in a sense, or like that's one form. of
it means
communism.
everyone is the same. Like
Yes.
regardless of
Unity.
what you do, like you could be a lawyer, I could be a trash man.
It's all
We're
just
gonna make the
governed.
same amount of money.
Yes, everything is governed by the
Right.
people. Like everything is governed by like one thing, and that's why it's so easily, you know,
It's governed
Corrupt.
by the whoever runs it.
whoever runs it, right? That's why it's so
And-
corrupt. Whoever is the main
Right.
thing. That's why it's really bad in certain places. But like that's because they take advantage of it. If you
But
don't take
I-
advantage of it and you implement good strategies, like you could do that well. I mean, that's like anything, right?
I don't
Obviously.
think so though. I mean
think
I
it could
disagree.
be done well. 100%.
I disagree.
Like I think it could be, but I just think we haven't seen it, and it's demonized so much that people will disagree.
I think on paper it could be done well, but I
On
think
paper, yeah.
in real life,
Hypothetically.
that no.
I don't think you could ever
Hypothetically.
exist in real life without any corruption or, you know.
Yeah,
That's like no
taking
government.
advantage of.
in a vacuum, in a perfect world, could it work? 100%. But like, since we're not a perfect world and everyone is corrupt and pieces of shit, it
Will it
doesn't-
work? 0%.
You know what I mean? Because like, communism is the point where it's all controlled by government. Capitalism is all to the point where it just you can be an individual, own a business, do your own thing. You can be your own thing. And in socialism, I find it's kind of like both, where like you're able to have that corner store if you want to open it up, like a Freddy's, and like you can have it be governed or not. Like it's like a little kind of middle ground. You know what I mean? That's just what I've got from it when I've looked it up and I've researched and I've tried to learn.
Well,
like,
the biggest
it
issue
is.
with communism is that, you know, the people have no say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I
not a
think
democracy.
I think that's the best
Because
thing
they
about
set it
America
up.
is that, you know,
Although
People do
the
have a
people,
say.
Do they though?
yes, I do think they
Does
do.
your vote count?
As
It
far as we
doesn't.
know,
Yes.
as far as we know, yes. It does.
No, it
It
doesn't.
does
It doesn't
count.
count.
As far as
The
we know.
electoral college votes are the only ones that count.
As far as we know, right?
But plenty of normal people have gotten up, stood up for something they believe in, and made change. But in communist countries, that would never happen.
Yeah.
Correct. The ones where it's done wrong, like obviously if we're looking at like a North Korea type situation, that's all completely like corrupt, like propaganda, like
That is like
starving
oppression
people,
to the utmost.
oppression to the like very bad, because they implemented this strategy where it's all governed by one person, and that one person clearly does not have their best interest at heart.
Mhm.
If we were all able to, because listen, communism doesn't need to be governed by one person. It can be another community that is governed. You know what I mean? A main like speaker.
So you're a big supporter of communism?
Big communism
I'm just
guy,
trying to
huh?
like open up people's minds to it, that it isn't as scary as people want to like force it to
Okay.
It is because
You know what I
never
mean?
in the history of the world has it worked.
Right. There's
Right.
there's always going to be corruption and
That's the problem, though. Why it hasn't
Like,
worked is
Evil
because
Even
of evil
the
things.
democracy of the U.S.
is corrupt.
is corrupt
That's
as well.
what I'm saying. Is like
It's all government
corrupt.
as it
Anyone-
stands. So
anyone
let's
who's
not
in-
sit here and act like we support communism in any
anyone
We don't.
No,
in a
I do
position
not
of
support
power.
oppression. I like that is not something I support from a different way. That like
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
everything
yeah,
is
yeah.
bad.
There's,
know what I
there's
mean?
multiple perspectives.
There's
I agree.
Everything.
multiple perspectives. That like
Any
not there isn't one way to do things right. But certain places have implemented. Oh, that's the right way. That's the right way, and it's not. It doesn't have to be like that. There's other ways of going about things. That's what I was kind of pointing at, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
need to be demonized.
So if it's not-
you know,
If it's not communism, it's not socialism, it's not capitalism. What is it?
I don't know what I don't know what another one is. That's the thing. I don't know enough to like speak on it educational wise. You know, that's the thing I want to do a little more research on it. But like what I've seen is it isn't as like scary as people think it is. You know, that's all I've seen so far.
So far in this grand life.
But yeah.
But
because there are other countries that have communism where it isn't bad. Like I'm pretty sure like Sweden, Norway have a form of communism.
I
think they're socialistic.
Have a democracy.
I think they're socialistic. Yeah, but you can have a democracy, but also be socialism and communism. It's a different form of politics, because that's economic. Communism
we're putting a title to everything like, oh yeah, you can have a democracy, but it's communism also, and it's socialism. So it's like
it's socialist communist, but socialism and communism is not the same.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they're similar.
I don't think that Sweden has a communism.
I don't think Sweden does.
That's just
all.
my gut.
Norway is a socialist democracy.
Communism.
Social democracy, communism.
Italy is actually socialist. Interesting.
But all I'm saying is anyone who's in a position of power, whether it be in a democracy,
has
socialism,
a huge responsibility because that is easily corrupt. Yes, I agree.
No, they are corrupt. They're not.
They're not auto corrupt. You're right.
They're not getting into that position without being corrupt.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the system is set up that way.
Yeah, Sweden is also socialist democratic.
Unfortunately.
UK socialist. Turkey socialist. Venezuela socialist.
Yeah, they say Sweden, Switzerland. I don't know. Yeah, Switzerland has it figured out.
So the reason why I think they have figured out is because it's smaller communities. There's not a lot of people. It's not. We have what 500 million.
It's not like a diverse melting pot.
Along with that, there's more consistency in values and stuff like that. So
right, exactly. That's the thing. It's easier when there's smaller groups to kind of be able to implement.
I mean, like we're separated by region, and like the culture and society of each region is so like specific.
Correct.
That's really what makes it hard to see eye to eye.
I'm not trying to advocate for oppression and bad things. that was never my thing.
Let's just put that out there right now.
That's never been.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, where I'm just showing both sides of that.
Yeah.
I just think there's better ways to do things, and like, no matter what, shit's gonna be corrupt. People are gonna take advantage. That's just how it goes. That's what I want to shine a light on. Is that like, if we're not fucking greedy, bad people, shit could be fucking good.
Yes.
Bars.
Absolutely.
That's all I wanted to say. That was on my mind. I just want to let everyone know that. But
if humans were to all get along and not fight each other for all these years, imagine how advanced society would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine how talented and beautiful and skillful we would all be.
Like, look at the Cold War, for example, where like that was just a war of innovation, where they were just competitive, like who can get a guy to the moon. What if we collaborated, teamed up, put a man on the moon, dude?
Yeah, well,
we would put a guy on Mars. Like,
I mean,
like,
yeah, we would.
That's what I'm saying.
We would add a super really good Hollywood studio for the Mars.
And I know that's just like, if my aunt had a penis, he'd be my uncle. Like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? That's like the
what?
I get it's the same thing. It's like, if it were like this, it'd be like that. You know? So I understand that it's not gonna happen, but I'm just saying. I can dream that life could be okay.
Yet it's so complicated.
So simple, but so far away, it will never happen. I don't know.
But yeah, going back to regions, people say that people in the Northeast are very high-paced, fast, like want things done choppy, especially in the work setting. It's very fast-paced life. You go somewhere else in the U.S., like the Southwest or the West Coast. Very chill, relaxed vibes, you know. I don't know, like, why do you think that is, Rand? Like, obviously, We talked about it earlier, like the
Northeast
weather,
people, like
the
what, on the
climate could
on
have
the
something to
planet
do
or
with
in
it.
the U.S.
In the U.S., like
The Northeast people are very. I would say. I think.
no, yeah. What were you gonna say?
I mean,
It's
I
a
don't know, I feel
climate.
I feel
Climate
in
has
the
something to do
city
with it.
areas, like yeah, obviously your culture, where you're from, hustle culture, things like that, can change. You know how you live your life, but is it the region itself that makes you build different? I guess in a way, right? You know, like when you have seasons, like you live in winter, like that will obviously change you versus just constantly being in like in LA and constantly good weather. You
Yeah,
know?
if it's always if it's always good weather, you probably just like go with the vibe, chill, like
You have
go
good
surfing,
sun on you all the
hang
time.
10.
Yeah, different way of life, different culture, right? Like
That's probably why.
that's
honestly.
different. Like we have campfires. Dude, no one's having campfires in LA because they're gonna fucking forest fires. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
it's
can't do that
It's
shit.
very dry out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like imagine not
Very
being able to have a
dry.
campfire and like, you know, it's like 50, but it's fall and the leaves are falling. Like that's like that's someone makes candles out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's fire.
So true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Shout out candles, by the way.
shout out candles, dude, for real. I know, AD and you dabble. We have candles.
Yeah, we have a candle right here. It's for mosquitoes,
It's for the skeeters.
that one is like apple cinnamon or something like that. It smells really
but
good.
we'll have to light one for the next pod. But
I went for the next pod. But yeah, we've been going for a minute. Do you want to keep going or do we want to?
I mean, I'm.
What else you guys want to talk
Yeah,
about?
I mean, what else is on your mind? If
What else on the brain?
I don't know.
Bruins, shout out Bruins,
Bruins on a
record-setting
heater.
season,
Bruins on a heater.
most wins in NHL history, most points in NHL history, number 1 seed going to the playoffs.
And that's why we're so fucking high strung in Boston, because we get the job done, okay?
This
Okay.
is true, and it worked.
And that's why.
It's obviously worked. Look at all our sports,
Facts.
especially in the 2000s, decade of dominance.
Hey, and fuck communism. Sorry. Just want to say that.
And once more, fuck communism.
But actually, really quick, I want to touch upon. I was talking about Good Will Hunting the other day, and that's. I just want to touch
Ooh,
upon
excellent
Shout out
movie.
That's
Boston
a fucking
movie.
Great, that's a great movie. I want to rewatch that.
Shout out Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Shout out Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Shout out Casey Affleck.
R.I.P.
Can we
Robin
get
Williams.
Yep. Can we get an R.I.P. in the
Big
chat
R.I.P.
for Robin Williams?
Give it up. Thank you, live crowd. You've been very attentive this whole
Yes, yes. They never miss a cue.
night. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to touch upon Robin Williams because obviously he's like one of the biggest highlights, if not the biggest highlight in that movie. Because the whole idea is that they have this unruly kid, but he's hyper intelligent, brilliant, but just doesn't
Mhm.
utilize his capabilities, his God-given talent. And so they task Robin Williams, this guy, to kind of, you know, normalize.
He's a
him.
therapist.
Yeah,
not
he's-
not
Yeah.
normalize him.
Not normalize. That's
He's
a
a
bad word.
therapist and give him,
But-
coping
Try
Yeah.
to
techniques.
help him
explore
reach his potential.
His
Yeah.
childhood. He has a lot of childhood trauma that he
Yeah.
needs to work through. So he's a therapist to,
He
help
tries to
with
get
that.
him right. He's just trying to get him right. You know.
Yeah.
Get
that's,
him right.
That's
get
what I'm
him
trying.
right.
That's what
get
I
him
mean
right.
to say. He tries to get him right, and I think it's so amazing to me. A guy like Robin Williams, fucking hysterical guy, like stand-up comedian, fucking funny, hysterical movies, like crazy talent.
Every time you see him, it's like nothing but smiles.
Demon with the comedy, but in a movie like Good Will Hunting, just shows you how deep he could fucking be. How fucking
We like to call that
heavy.
range in
We
the
like to call that-
business.
we like to call that range.
But we can also,
And
unfortunately, call that what we were talking about earlier. Like, there's something deeper behind that with Robin Williams. You know what I mean?
as we
Like,
know, he was someone that was also struggling, but
and
he
it's crazy because you would never know.
you wouldn't know it.
Like we said, like every time you see him, nothing but smiles around him.
Well, that's why you.
But on the inside,
That's why you
it's-
can't say, "Oh, you're not depressed if you don't do this, 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 and this," because it's not always as it seems.
Everyone, yeah.
It's not as simple as
everything's
that.
different.
But
Yeah.
he did an amazing job in Good Will Hunting.
That's what I think.
He
Yes.
even had
No
a good
surprise.
Boston accent and everything. Like
Yeah.
he did.
He threw one on. He's the Southie accent.
It was very.
Yeah.
very
Shout out
moving
Telegraph
detail.
I think what was I gonna say? I think so. Robin Williams, obviously. I'm trying to catch my train of thought.
Goat.
Oh, so what I was gonna say is, so in the movie,
Go.
there's this one moment that really stood out, and it's when Matt Damon's talking about that girl he meets. He really
Mhm.
likes her, and like things are good. And then Robin Williams will like, well, go call her up, talk to her. Like, why are you like not? And he's just like, well, things are good right now. I'm not trying to fuck it up. Things are perfect. Like, why would I go ruin it just by doing that? And like pretty much like that's just like his thing is he's afraid to like get attached and open up, you know, because he was an orphan, all that things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Robin Williams was just kind of saying like, no one's like let me save you like the time. Like you're not perfect, she's not perfect. Like nothing is ever perfect, and like you get to pick and choose like who you let into your world and like how much you give of you to someone, how much they give to you. Like you get to choose that.
Yeah.
And like that was just something like really powerful that stood out to me. That like
when did you see that for the first time?
When I see Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, the movie.
I was like really young. I think my dad was watching it. That was like one of the first times like I saw it, but like never really understood it. It wasn't until like high school I like rewatched it.
That it resonated.
It really resonated like that when I was like old enough to get it, and like I gotta like rewatch it now because it's been so long since I last watched it. Now I'm thinking about that scene. I'm fucking butchering it about how it goes, but like I just know like that scene made me think about life a little differently.
Yeah,
you just think about things differently, and that was just like it's so funny. Like we talked about this before, like the most tortured artists, like
tortured souls.
The most tortured souls like create like the best art, or like are able to like be creative with their art.
Yeah, definitely.
And I forget where I saw that quote, but I saw that quote and I feel like it's so true. Like I feel like a lot of people that come from those tough or whatever's they're struggling with, like create such good things, like musically, artistically, very talented people. I don't know. It's just like that, like you said, that range. Just like if you're so much capable of like such great things, but you're also like dealing with such bad things. You know, it's that the ebb and flow, the frequencies. You know what I mean? The high, the low.
Ins and outs.
You know what I mean?
The
Yeah.
highs and lows.
All that stuff.
Shout out Robin Williams.
The yays and
the
woes.
GOAT.
Yeah, it's like that idea. Like for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction type thing. It's like, well, if you're so capable of this, then like there's got to be this side.
Shout
of it
out
too.
science.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's
shout out science.
I just feel like I've seen that all the time. If like there's just one side, then there's also another. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why we say balance is center of everything.
And that's why balance is center
that's
of
the
everything.
Bice.
Never too high, never too low.
Always riding shoddy.
As you know, that's the slogan. That's the motto.
Well,
that's all I wanted to bring
note,
up. Yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up really quickly.
You guys, as always, I feel like this when we get to the end, it's always just be true to yourself.
Yeah,
it's
and
always
we always
try to spread good things. I feel like
that's all. That's all it comes down to, really. Just be true to yourself.
Do your best.
Do your best in everything you do, and you know, be balanced.
Facts.
Be balanced. Balance the center of everything.
Ride us out.
Ride and shoddy with the bicycle back.
Once again, for the last time today, but not the last time ever.
Yes,
You're always riding shoddy
with the bice in the back.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be easy now.